morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here this morning on this beautiful morning, and I'd like to just say a few words of thanks and a little bit about the building itself. First of all, you may be interested to know that the building is going just about where everyone is standing right now. This groundbreaking is quite close. The footprint's a little bigger, Stan, but the building is about half in the parking lot that you're standing in right now, and about half into the wooded area just beyond the curb line over this way. So you're in the vicinity right now of just where it'd be, and of course, parking and landscaping around us. But you know, Stan mentioned that he started thinking and talking about this building about 2 years ago. My first emails and communications were back in January of 2011. And so it's interesting that that was about 17 months ago. As we stand here today, completion is somewhere about the fall of 2013 there, about 15 months from now. And so while it's a groundbreaking, and a lot of people will think it's the beginning, to many people we're at about the midpoint. We've been working on this for a very long time. Some people much more than myself for sure. But it does take a great team of people to get this done. And I'd like to acknowledge that team a little bit, if I may. Many thanks to the folks from FoxRock, to Rob Hale and Judy Hale and Jason Ward, John Cummings and Ed Marchand. The FoxRock team has been a pleasure to work with. Can't have a building without a great tenant, and so many thanks to Stan Sakon and Tom Carroll from South Shore Medical to certainly make this all happen. Their representative, Bob Murphy from Murphy McManus, has been a pleasure to work with as well. The rest of the names that I'd like to mention are designers and engineers, and these are the people who will make probably a million decisions, a million things that will have to go on paper and specifications, whether a pump is needed or not, or how big a pipe should be, or many decisions. And they'll get 99% of them right. And we will spend so much time talking about that 1% that we might have some thoughts about and ideas about, or a way to do something differently. And it's a great team because of that, because everybody wants to get everything right. So this is the group that I call the 99%ers. And they're a great group of people, the other 99%ers. From Tetra Tech, the civil engineers of Rick Alfonso and Glenn Doherty, civil engineers that have done all of our groundwork and a lot of the permitting process. From Steffi and Bradley Associates, the architects of Kurt Rockstroh, Joe Sirkovich, and Mike Algaretta. Thanks very much for all the hard work that you guys do. It's a pleasure working with you. From LeMessurier, the structural engineers to get the building structurally sound, Craig Blanchett and Adam Blanchard, thank you very much. The folks that do the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, the MEP side from Vanderwall, John Saad, Cortland Blake, and Harney Mardini, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. Last but not least, our team at Campanelli, who are the construction managers, Russ Dion, Dave Roman, Jeff Signorelli, and Tammy Risk. It's a great team. I apologize if I've missed any names, but I'd like to give that team a round of applause. They've done a lot of hard work, but this is the beginning of the exciting part, so there's a lot of hard work yet to go. Just a couple words about the building itself. You know, this team can be very proud about the building, especially in its sustainability and its methods of green construction that are going into this building. The owners and the tenant have chosen in many areas to go above and beyond code requirements and make this building quite sustainable. The building will comply with new EPA groundwater controls, resulting in more clean groundwater being recharged back into the ground. Pervious pavers that we walk on and pervious pavements that we drive on are a couple of the ways that this happens. Drought-tolerant landscaping, which is used to minimize the amount of water necessary and therefore the amount of energy necessary to keep the landscaping looking good, has been put into place. An energy management system so that mechanical equipment that doesn't have to run 24/7 doesn't, is a big factor in being energy efficient in a property like this. High-performance ceramic terracotta rain screens are what will make up the exterior wall. It's a very interesting concept. If you've ever, if you're a camper and you've ever pitched a tent and on a rainy day you put that rain fly above the tent, and that rain fly doesn't actually come in contact with the tent, but it keeps out about 90% of the water. This rain screen will do that for the building. It'll protect most of the water from hitting the building, but the building itself, like the tent, is what really keeps the water from penetrating inside. So this building is going to have a terrific exterior wall system along those lines, 90% of which will be either terracotta or glass, some very natural materials in our environment. The roof will be a TPO cool roof, they call it, because it's white TPO roof. It reflects the sun's rays away, so in the summertime the building doesn't heat up quite as much, and the air conditioning isn't asked to work quite as hard. Insulation exceeds code in several areas. 21% less CO2 emissions will come from this building than a standard building of its type, in part due to rooftop equipment that have efficient heat exchanger methodology to it that help in reducing the CO2 emissions. Energy efficient lighting systems. A large skylight is located in the middle of the building with an opening in the second floor, so there'll be a lot of natural light in this building that'll shine right down onto the first floor, making it a very beautiful place to come to if you are a patient, and certainly to work at. The building is eligible for the Sustainability Award for Green Construction, which is an exciting award to achieve. And of course, we're happy and proud to be here as part of it. Campanelli Construction are prominent players in different buildings of different types: manufacturing buildings, office buildings, biotech, industrial. We're very proud that we've been able to do medical construction. We've done it locally here in southeastern Massachusetts, in Weymouth, and in Hingham. We're very happy to be chosen as the construction managers for this building in Norwell here. Thank you again to FoxRock and Southshore Medical for that. This is going to be a building that the state of Massachusetts and the town of Norwell can be very, very proud of. And so on behalf of my partners, Steve Murphy, Dan DeMarco, Rob DeMarco, and all the employees at Campanelli, I thank you very much.